I played the best golf of my life when I stopped doing this. And it's the simplest thing you can do, and you can control it in your next round. Hi, my name's Justin Klambala, and I am the founder of BreakingBogeys.com, where we are transforming people's games to help them play the best golf of their life. If you're trying to break 100 for the first time, break 90 for the first time, or even break 80 for the first time, head to BreakingBogeys.com, where we are transforming people's games to help them play the best golf of their life. Now, let's jump right into it. What is something that you can do in your next round that will help you play better golf almost instantly? Let me share with you a story that I just recently did that will relate to what I'm about to talk to you about today. I did one of the most intense endurance races, different from golf, but very relatable. And what it was that I had to climb a very steep mountain up to 1,600 feet in elevation gain 19 times in a row. And what that added up to was 29,029 feet, which is the height of Mount Everest. So we'd hike up a mountain, 1,600 feet, ride the gondola down, then hike up the mountain again, ride the gondola down again. Now, most people hear that and be like, why would you do that to yourself? But it was because I wanted to force myself to do something that I didn't think I was capable of doing, and wanted to figure out the story of how I was able to get myself to go to that level. Well, very similarly to everyone who's watching this video, you have some type of a score barrier that you're trying to beat, whether that's trying to break 100 for the first time, break 90 for the first time, or break 80 for the first time. And a lot of times you might think that that's not possible. Well, I'm going to share with you a strategy I did to get myself through this endurance race that will help you in your next round, and I'm going to help relate it. Now, when I hiked up this mountain, it was extremely steep. I was hiking up the mountain and it was very, very steep. The top of the mountain was very, very high up there. Every time that I looked up to see how far I had to go, all of a sudden my body felt extremely tired, and I had negative thoughts going through my head thinking, I'm not going to be able to make it up to the top of the mountain. However, when I kept my head down and I only focused on each step that I had to take and just tried to make that step as good as I possibly could, I was able to do the step. And I kept repeating that. I kept saying to myself, make this step as good as I can. Make this step as good as I can. Make this step as good as I can. And I kept keeping that at the top of my head, only focusing on the step at hand instead of thinking of the mountain that I currently have to climb 19 times in a row. Well, what happened when I used this particular strategy? I did it. I climbed 19 times in a row and I completed the endurance challenge. Same thing for you in your next round. So many of you are calculating your score as you're playing. Oh no, this is for a double bogey. Oh, I always quadruple bogey this hole. Oh, I birdied this hole last time. I wonder if I'll birdie it again. We're thinking too much about the end result and not enough about the shot at hand. So what I want you to do in your next round that you go to play is I want you to promise yourself that you are only going to play one shot at a time. You're going to say to yourself, I am only in control of this shot, and I want to make this shot as great as I possibly can. You can say that to yourself in your head as you're about to hit the shot. Because here's what happens when you shoot the best round of your life. You hit a lot of great golf shots. And in order for you to make each shot as great as it possibly can, you can't be thinking about the end result. What's that score going to be? It has to be focused on the present moment, because that's, at the end of the day, the only thing that you can control. You can't control what you're going to score that day. You can only control what you can do on this particular shot as great as you possibly can. So keep the focus on what you are doing. Can I make this putt as great as I possibly can? Can I make this bunker shot as great as I possibly can? Don't add up your score as you're going, just like I didn't look up at the top of the mountain and see how much farther I had to go. I kept my head down, focused on each step, and just made each step as great and as efficient as I possibly could, and kept doing that on repeat. Same thing for you. 18 holes is a long time. You're out there for 4 to 5 hours, And it requires you to stay focused through that whole time. The only way that you can stay focused is to narrow the mindset and say, I'm here to hit the present shot as great as I possibly can. This sounds simple to say. It takes a little bit more discipline to actually execute it. But I promise you, if you watch this video to this entirety here and you execute this mental strategy the next time you go to play, I can guarantee you that you are going to score so much better. Most people who are trying to get better at golf usually need a plan. At breakingbogeys.com, we put our players through a step-by-step guided plan to help them play the best golf of their life. If you're looking to try to break a score barrier, like breaking 100 for the first time, breaking 90 for the first time, or even breaking 80 for the first time, head to breakingbogeys.com, put your information in, and we'd love to help you play the best golf of your life.